Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. We have 3 house guests of the day. We have Mickey, Evan Miller, and Romero 329. So Mickey wants to know, do I think Big Brother 16 is better than Big Brother 15? Yes and no. Okay, so yes, because it doesn't have all the hateful stuff. It has some, but not all of that. And no, because the game moves have been so boring. At least there was some back and forth last season. Evan wants to know, do I watch any of the international Big Brothers besides Big Brother Canada? And I have to say, no. I did watch a little bit of BBUK when I was abroad, but I just was too busy to get into it. I do want to watch some in the future, maybe BBUK, BB Australia. They look really cool, so we'll see. And Romero, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so yesterday, they had the power veto ceremony, and it was time for Caleb to either nut up or shut up. Well, he shut up. He put up Victoria in Christine's place, and I think all of America who watches Big Brother was just like, or that was real. So Nicole is up there on the block with Victoria, and she's venting to her. She's really annoyed by the predictability of this season. Aren't we all? So Nicole feels that her game is just over now, because who's gonna vote out Victoria? Come on. So she's trying to, hype Victoria up. She's like, if there's another endurance competition, you need to hold on for dear life. And I think Nicole was even laughing on the inside when she said that one. So she's telling Victoria, if you do win HOH, you should nominate Christine and Cody. I know that Caleb was a total asshat this week, but he's, there's not much going on up there game-wise, so you gotta go for the thinkers, if you can really call Cody a thinker. So Frankie and Derek have a little check-in in the kitchen, and Frankie's like, man, I feel like I really may have been nominated today. That was a close call, but I'm safe. So then he credits Derek and Cody for keeping him off the block. He's like, I have to thank you because I think you're the reason that I'm not up there. Guys, remember when Derek and Cody were trying to get Caleb to put up Frankie and Caleb said no? Yeah. So Derek is like, well, you don't have to worry about a thing. I'm definitely sticking with Team America after the whole Donnie backlash debacle. So the house guests were expecting a Labor Day party yesterday, when they turn off the feeds and they get music and food and stuff, even for the have-nots. Yeah, sorry, but you guys have been off all summer. I haven't seen any working going on. It's like they've been at summer camp, so do they really deserve a Labor Day celebration? Yeah, well, they did get the grill in the backyard, so that's fun. Moving on to something different. Cody's dinosaur costume has been modified. They shortened his sleeves, they shortened his leg holes, and that's fun, and it's nice, and it's a little bit cooler for him, but he still has to wear those, fingerless gloves with the fingers attached. He has to wear the feet, and he has to wear the hat. So it's fun, though. It's a good look. So Derek and Cody were chatting in the bathroom area, and then I think they moved it to the have-not room, and Cody has his newly modified dinosaur suit all in a bunch because he thinks that Caleb threw himself and Derek under the bus to Frankie when he told him about the backdoor plan before the ceremony. So Cody's like, Caleb doesn't know how to play the game. He called him an ass clown, all this crazy stuff. He's like, Caleb sucks. So then Cody is like, I will not get rid of Christine before we get rid of Caleb. Ooh, crap! I don't think Derek liked hearing that because he's like, I'm gonna be honest with you right now, I don't like Christine. But Cody's like, no, I'm keeping Christine over Caleb. So it looks like Cody has caught on and he wants to drag Christine the same way that Derek is dragging along Victoria. So I think Derek's he's getting a little nervous about that. So they agree they want to find out exactly what Caleb told Frankie about the plan before they really start freaking out. So Nicole and Victoria, more injuries. They were playing badminton together and they both hurt themselves. Nicole was icing her groin. And and Victoria did something to her thumb. At first she thought she like jammed it, but then it was like all swollen and she's like, it really hurts. So she wrapped it up in an ace bandage and we were in for a lot of complaining last night. So I have to say, Caleb, just stop. He's been saying a lot of stupid things the last few days. He needs to just close his mouth and stop talking because he is destroying his game. So Christine goes up to the HOH room to talk to him and she's like, Caleb, I've heard from a few people that you were worried that I was going to go and run off and work with the girls. And she's like, I just want to make this clear. I'm not doing that. So Caleb's like, well, you know, I was so close to backdooring Frankie this week, but I didn't do it because I thought if Nicole stayed that you would work with the girls and flip the house. So he just told Christine that he does not trust her. I feel like that's not good. So for some reason, Christine like kisses his butt a little bit. She's like, oh, Caleb, you definitely have a great chance at winning America's Favorite Player. I don't understand why she would kiss up to him like that because Caleb's HOH duties are done for the week. But anyway, Derek was venting to Nicole about Victoria because Victoria and Nicole are like best friends now. So I think Derek's kind of feeling like maybe I could get Nicole to like get Victoria away from me for a little while. So, you know, they're sharing their Victoria stories and Derek's just like, I am so effed because Victoria is a mess. And Nicole's like, she feels bad because Victoria is super paranoid. She's always following Derek around and when she's not, she's just like, where's Derek? Where's Derek right now? So she's just wishing that Victoria understood the game more, and I have to agree. It is so sad. I know that Victoria says that she's just playing stupid to get further, but it just seems like she doesn't know what's going on in the game at all. So then Nicole and Victoria were chatting in the fire room, and Nicole is like, Victoria, I'm going to be real with you right now. You need to get your head in the game because it's not right now. So she tells her, you need to start winning competitions, and then she says, Derek is a bigger threat than you, so there's a really big chance that he is going to go home before you, and you need to be prepared for it. Because Nicole knows from experience, it sucked when Hayden was evicted and she was there without him. So Victoria totally loses it. She's like, oh my god, I can't be here without Derek! So she is crying, I mean like tears, at the mere thought of Derek leaving the house. So then Victoria's like, Nicole, you need to go find Derek and bring him in here. So she does. Derek goes in to talk and Victoria's just like, I can't be here without you. So she's like, I am willing to leave before you. And she's saying, I will feel guilty if you go first. Sorry. So Derek is like, that is not your choice to make. Don't talk like that. You're being out of control right now. So he tells her, you need to lock down your emotions. And he tells her, you're not gonna die when you're evicted. This is not the Hunger Games, okay? You're gonna go get evicted, you're gonna talk to Julie Chen, and then you're gonna go hang out in the jury house. So he was like having Nicole talk about how much fun it was to get evicted and like meet Jeff and Julie, and it was just like, it's gonna be okay. So Nicole and Derek are totally trying to motivate Victoria. I have to say, poor Nicole. Nicole is leaving this week, and she has to sit there and comfort Victoria, who is crying about how she wants to leave before Derek. That is just wrong. So there wasn't too much else going on last night other than that. But this morning, important stuff happening. Derek, Cody, and Caleb, important chat in the living room. Cody's like, Caleb, what did you tell Frankie about the backdoor plan before the nomination ceremony, or the POV ceremony? Caleb's like, well, at the end of the day, he just told Frankie that he was considering all of his options, and one of those options was to backdoor Frankie. So he's like, don't worry, I didn't mention you Derek or Cody, so, like, we're all good. Don't worry about it. I didn't throw you under the bus. So they're like, okay. So then they talk about Caleb's conversation with Christine, and Caleb is like, well, Christine told me that she heard from a few people that I was worried that she would have turned on the guys and worked with the girls if Nicole stayed. So they're like, what? So they decide that Christine is lying about hearing this from a few people, because there's like 7 people left. What few is she talking about? So they also realize Frankie must be the one who told her this. It was just Frankie and no one else. So Cody's like, Frankie's a rat. He's upset. He might even call him out. So Derek was making some crazy, bold moves this morning, and I'm completely serious when I say that. I was just like, who is this? So Derek it looked like he was trying to secure Victoria's safety, not only this week, but the following eviction. So he's talking to Caleb, and he's like, yeah, Victoria told me that she'll never vote the 2 of us out, meaning Derek and Caleb. And at the same time, he also throws Christine under the bus. He's like, Christine, on the other hand, she's working with Frankie and Cody, so she's totally gonna go after us. So Caleb's just like, what? So then Derek goes and talks to Frankie, and he pulls out the same thing about Victoria, but this time he's like, yeah, I just heard this really cool thing from Victoria when we were having a heart-to-heart, and he was like, Victoria told me that she wouldn't vote the 2 of us out. And this time he meant himself and Frankie. So he said the same thing about Victoria to Caleb and Frankie. He just switched the names for whoever he was talking to. Isn't he worried that Caleb and Frankie are going to compare notes, especially now after Caleb decided that he wasn't going to backdoor Frankie? I just feel like that's not the smartest thing ever, but who knows? So Derek also talks to Victoria, and I was waiting for him to be like, Victoria, I just talked to Victoria, and she told me that she would never vote out the 2 of us. But he didn't. That probably would have gone over her head. But he told Victoria, I just planted some seeds. Go be more social. You don't have to be hanging out with me all the time. Go away. So let's talk about Christine and Cody. Christine tells Cody that she's starting to feel a little uncomfortable. And I'm not talking about us feeling uncomfortable about watching her all over Cody. I'm talking about how she's realizing that the guys that are supposed to be in her alliance keep having these conversations without her. And she's feeling left out and nervous. So she's like, Cody, I trust you. But the other guys, not as much. So she's like, if I win HOH, I'm not going after Victoria. I'm going after Frankie. So she's tired of all the guys saying that she's with Frankie when she wants to be far away from him. So there's that. So I think it's still pretty safe to say right now that Nicole's going home. I don't know if she has any tricks left in her Barney bag of magic, but we'll see. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. It looks like they're already trying to make moves for the next eviction. So until tomorrow, Eviction Eve. Much love.
Edit.